Hello and welcome back. Welcome to a new class. Class number 116. Me sé los números. Yeah, 116. Me salen bien. Los números te salen bien. Así de espontáneos, sin pensároslo. Yes, 116. We are moving closer to our final objective. My final objective, in this case, is class 195, which means we still have, lo cual significa, which means that we still have a lot of classes left. But every day is one step forward in the right direction, one more step. También puedo decir one step more, pero se dice más one more step in the right direction, the direction of your English, to help you get better, to help you improve, to help you feel confident with the English language, to help you learn and consolidate and assimilate the relevant grammar, the important structures, the most critical vocabulary for good self-expression in English. But good self-expression, la buena autoexpresión, decimos en inglés, la capacidad para expresarse uno mismo bien, delante de grupos o cara a cara, to express yourself well in English, face to face, or in groups, is intimately connected to your ability to express yourself well in Spanish, face to face and in front of groups. People who have good communication skills in Spanish also have, or more quickly gain, good communication skills in English. Part of language, part of communication in a second language is connected to your ability in your own language. People who are not good communicators in their own language, in your case, Spanish, probably, usually never become good communicators in the second language, because communication, al fin y al cabo, communication in the final analysis is a skill, una habilidad, not a technical and linguistic ability. It's a skill. And the most important consideration is your simple ability to communicate, first in Spanish. So if you're not a good communicator in Spanish, then I recommend you find a way to get better with a logopeda, with a speech therapist. A physical therapist? No. A speech therapist. Or a diction teacher. De dicción. Or an expert in interpersonal communication, or an expert in presentations and public speaking. All four perhaps are necessary for some people, but it's very important to become a good communicator. It's very important. In Spanish first, for you in your case, and in English second, of course. But first in Spanish, that's the priority. Become a good communicator in your own language. Make an effort, because our voice is basically the only tool we have to communicate. Well, not true. We can communicate with our eyes. We can communicate with our smile, with our gestures, muecas de la cara, with our hands. We can communicate with love, with our arms, which is brazos, con los abrazos. We can communicate in many ways. But in the professional world, the most important instrument in communication is our voice. And probably in the personal and sentimental and emotional world, probably the most important element of communication is our voice. And so you and me, Maria, everybody, we need to make an effort to develop the ability to communicate well. Because this way, we have the power to influence people For good or for bad, ojo. It has two sides of the coin. Adolf Hitler was a brilliant communicator, but he communicated things that were not recommendable. Other people were excellent communicators to do good. So it's a very powerful tool, una herramienta muy poderosa, muy potente. Your voice and how you modulate, articulate your voice, how you project your voice, how you manipulate your voice to make an impact on people and to influence people. Don't underestimate this. No menosprecies esta capacidad. Hay que mimarla. Primero en castellano o en español, después en inglés. All right. Sermon over. Usually I finish my programs with a sermon. Today I'm starting. But I think it's an important sermon. Communication skills are extraordinarily important. More important in many cases than the technical or professional skills are the ability to connect, the ability to touch the sensitive fiber in another person or in a group of people. Okay, that's very important. All right, camera number one. All right. Deberías cuidarte. You should take care of yourself. Deberías haberte cuidado. You should have taken care of yourself. Deberías cuidarte. Deberías haberte cuidado. You should take. You should have taken. You should take. You should have. Should have. Should have taken. You should take care of yourself. And yesterday, you should have taken care of yourself. No deberías hablar así. You shouldn't talk like that. You know, the girls in Spain in the new generation talk with a lot of bad words. Okay? And I said, I'm going to wash your mouth. ¿Qué he dicho? I said, you said something that's not very nice. You shouldn't talk like that, Inés. You shouldn't talk like that, Maria. You shouldn't talk like that, Juana. You shouldn't talk like that. All right. Quiero que la gente disfrute su trabajo, lo de ayer. I want the people, mi gente en particular, mi organización, I want my people to enjoy their job, Enjoy your job. Disfrutad de vuestros trabajos, o de vuestro trabajo. Escuchad. Enjoy your job. Practicad esto. Para la J, por favor. Para dominar la J en inglés. Que es una che con las cuerdas vocales vibrando a la vez. Enjoy your job. Enjoy your job. No enjoy your job. Enjoy your job. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to start with a review. I'm Hannah and I'm here with you again. But first, let's say hello to Luca, my student. Hi, Luca.
Hi, Hannah.
How are you?
Oh. Both at the same time.
Yes, we always do that. Siempre hacemos lo mismo. Like, I want to say how are you first. No, I want to say it first. Okay, so how are you today?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. Okay, great. So we're going to begin our review for today, empezando con el tema de shouldn't have. Okay, so shouldn't have is no debería haber tal. Okay, so for example, Luca, he forgot it was her birthday and she got upset.
He shouldn't have forgotten her birthday.
Okay, muy bien. Good. So he shouldn't have forgotten her birthday. No debería haberse olvidado de su cumpleaños. Okay, he left his camera at home and couldn't take any pictures.
He shouldn't have left his camera at home.
Perfect, muy bien. He shouldn't have left his camera at home. So remember, we have shouldn't, have, okay? Should not, contraemos. Shouldn't, y después usamos auxiliar have, más participio pasado, okay? So he shouldn't have forgotten her birthday. He shouldn't have gone to the meeting. He shouldn't have done that, así, etc. He waited until the last minute and missed the opportunity.
He shouldn't have waited until the last minute.
Perfect, así, muy bien. So no debería haber esperado hasta el último momento, último minuto. So he shouldn't have waited until the last minute. Okay, great, good job. Okay, now we're going to do some translations. Okay, so remember with translations, la idea es repetir y practicar las frases hasta que os salgan perfectamente. Okay, so to repeat the sentences as many times as necessary. Okay, number 1. No vendrán si no les llamas.
They won't come unless you call them.
Okay, si no. Si, if.
If you don't call
Okay,
them.
very good, great. Okay, Luca ha dicho unless. Unless sería a no ser que, a menos que, okay? Bueno, es muy parecido, pero un poco diferente en la traducción. So, no vendrán si no les llamas. They won't come if you don't call them. El mundo se está haciendo más pequeño.
The world is getting more and more, smaller.
Okay, bien, okay. Muy
I
bien,
was
muy
like
bien.
translating word by word.
Yes.
Smaller and smaller.
Okay, the world is getting smaller.
Smaller.
Yeah, okay, perfect. My eyes went, oh no, more smaller, no. Okay, simplemente smaller. Okay, remember, more smaller, imposible. Smaller ya lleva el comparativo con ER al final, so no usamos more porque es repetitivo. Okay, so the world is getting smaller. ¿Quién va a recogerlos?
Who's going to pick them up?
Perfect, muy bien, repeat.
Who's going to pick them up?
Perfect, very good. Who's going to pick them up? Pick them up, okay? So remember, conectamos, pick them up, pick them up. Casi suena como si fuera una sola palabra, pero en realidad hay tres, okay? Who's going to pick them up? Pick them up. Remember, con este verbo, this phrasal verb que es separable, si es un complemento, okay? If it's an object pronoun, hay que meter them entre los dos verbos, las dos partes. Pick them up. No vas a alcanzar tu potencial.
You are not going to
Reach.
your potential.
Okay, very good. Okay, alcanzar is to reach. Okay, you're not going to reach your potential. No me escuchas cuando te hablo.
You don't listen to me when I talk to you.
Okay, very good, very good. You don't listen to me. No olvidéis to. You don't listen to me when I talk to you. ¿De cuántos profesores dispones?
How many teachers do you have
available. Yes, okay. Literalmente decimos, ¿cuántos profesores tienes disponibles? Right? Literalmente. Pero directamente en español decimos dispones. Okay? How many teachers do you have available? Okay. Vamos a necesitar muchos.
We are going to need many.
Good. Many or a lot?
A lot.
Eso. Perfect. We're going to need a lot. Or también we're going to need many. Vamos a necesitar bastantes.
We are going to need quite a few.
Perfect. Very good. Bastantes. Quite a few. We're going to need quite a few. Dejemos este tema hasta el final.
Let's leave the subject
Good.
until the end.
Perfect. Fantastic. Great. Let's leave this subject or this topic until the end. Muy bien. Okay, great job. Look at, that's all our time for today for translation. So please keep practicing these translations until they're perfect. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Andres, you didn't call him. Why didn't you call him? Me? Should I have called him? Well, of course you should have called him. I told you yesterday to call him. It was critical to talk to him last night before the meeting this morning. Why didn't you call him? Was I supposed to have called him? Should I have called him? Was I supposed to have called him? Should I have called him? Yes, you should. You should have called him. All right. And yesterday, do you remember the class yesterday? You didn't remind me to change to camera 1. You know it's important for me, and besides, Jorge gets angry if I don't change to camera 1. Why didn't you remind me? ¿Por qué no me recordaste ayer? Why didn't you remind me yesterday to change to camera 1 after the first minute? Richard, should I have reminded you? It's your job. It's your responsibility. I can't do everything. Do you expect me to teach English on television and at the same time remember to change from one camera to the other? That's asking too much. The only thing I know how to do in my life is to teach. I don't know how to remember. You should have told me. You should have reminded me. Should I have reminded you? Yes, you should have reminded me. Now, Andres, are you going to remind me now, or are you going to forget again? Oh, sorry, Richard. Richard, yeah? Would you mind, excuse me? Would you mind, sorry? Would you mind, would I mind what? Would you mind changing, sorry? Would you mind changing? Coger uno, Richard, así? Yes. Would you mind changing to camera 1? No, not at all, in absoluto. I wouldn't mind at all. Do you want me to change? Yeah? When do you want me to change? I want you to change, Richard. I want you to change right now. Okay, you win. All right. Now, also yesterday, Andres, you didn't invite me to have a coffee after the class. Me? I didn't invite. What, should I have invited you? Well, of course you should have invited me. You should have treated me to a coffee. You should have treated me. La forma de invitarme un café. You should have invited me to have a coffee. Si dices el verbo invite, como en español, invite con V, ojo, no invite. Invite sería un mordisco interior. Invite. Entonces hay que añadir un verbo to have, tomar un café. Invitarme a tomar un café. You should have invited me to have a coffee. Ahora, un atajo incluso más creativo. You should have treated me to a coffee. Yes, you didn't. Should I, Richard, should I have treated you to a coffee? Yes, you should have. In my opinion, you should have. I should have treated you to coffee? Why me? Andres, how much did you pay for your class yesterday? Nothing. Are you an official student, Andres? No, I'm not. I'm simply watching this program. You mean you don't have a book? No. And you don't have the CDs for listening? No, Richard, I don't. I'm simply watching TV. Do you need to improve your English? Como agua de mayo. Yes, I do. I really need to. Then why didn't you become an official student? Because it's very expensive. No, it's not. It's less than €1 per class. It's nothing. If you have 2 coffees a day, it gives you 3 or 4 classes. Come on. How much does a coffee cost in Spain? A coffee with milk. Maybe €1.30? I don't know. €1.30 is 1.5 classes here. All right? An hour and a half. 90 minutes of this program is the equivalent of 1 cup of coffee in Spain. So don't tell me this course is expensive. Come on. It's cheap. So, but should I have signed up as an official student? Well, Andres, in my opinion, yeah, you should have. You should have signed up. You should have signed up because the books are very good. The CDs are very good. The tutorias from with Sergio and with the other people are very, very good. You should have done it, in my opinion. Yeah. If I were you, I would have done it. So you should have. Well, okay, Richard, well, the next time I'll do it. Okay, the next course year, año escolar, the next course year, sign up as an official student, okay? It's not very expensive. Yeah, you should have done it. You should have done it at the beginning. But how should I have done it? How should you have done it? Very simple. You should have gone into the website. When you saw or heard the advertising for this English course, the first thing you should have done is to listen to the ad or the commercial or read the ad in the newspaper. You should have paid attention to the advertising. And then you should have gone onto the website. You should have entered, but notice he was entered. You should have gone onto the website to check out the conditions, the terms and conditions of this program. You should have done that. Did you do it? You didn't. Well, you should have done it. Come on. You didn't do it. Well, when did you? Okay, let's go back. Do you remember the first time you heard about Vaughan Inglés 4.0? Do you remember? Yeah? In September. Last September. Okay. How many weeks before the official beginning did you hear about this course? About 3 weeks. Now, do you remember the first time you saw it or heard about it? Do you remember the first time you saw it, saw the advertising, or heard about this course? You remember? And did you do anything? You didn't. Well, in my opinion, you should have done something. Really? Oh, what should I have done? All right. The ad in the newspaper always contains the website, and the ad on the radio or television always contains the website. You should have taken note of the website, or you should have tried to remember the website, and then you should have gone onto the website to check us out, to check out the course, the cost, the expectations, the workload, carga de trabajo, and everything. You should have studied the different possibilities, and you should have studied this course. And in my opinion, you should have become an official student. Really? Should I have become a formal student? Yes. For me, you should have become a formal student. All right. I'll be back after our sponsors to continue. Questions. Should Napoleon have invaded Russia? No, he shouldn't. In my opinion, in retrospect, it's easy to conclude that Napoleon shouldn't have invaded Russia. Now, at the time, it was not an easy decision. Should I or shouldn't I invade Russia? And Napoleon decided yes. Napoleon was very angry with Alexander, the Tsar, the Tsar of Russia. He was very upset, irritated with the Tsar, because the Tsar was importing goods, mercancías, goods from Great Britain. And Napoleon said, okay. So he shouldn't have invaded Russia, but he did. He shouldn't have invaded Russia, but he did. And the rest is history. I like history. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? ¿Qué tal estáis? My name is Leila, soy Leila, and we're going to do a class with should today, okay? I'm here with my student Mamen. Mamen, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. And you?
I'm doing great.
Yes.
Are you ready to practice?
Yes, I'm ready to practice.
Okay, fantastic. Are you ready to practice? Yes? Then let's begin. Okay, so I'll tell you a sentence and I want you to use should, asking me first.
Okay.
Okay? And then using do you think, also with should.
Okay.
Okay? I'll give you an example.
Okay.
All right? Y vosotros quiero que siempre lo hagáis en casa, ¿vale? Siempre en voz alta. Always out loud. Okay? Repeating. All right. So the first one is, they didn't tell us. Okay? They didn't tell us. So now I want you to ask me with should.
Should they have told you?
They didn't tell us. Okay? So using us as well. Should they have told us?
Yes. Should they have told us?
Told us. Okay, I want to hear the D with the U. Should they have told us? Ahí podemos hacer linking, okay? One more time.
Should they have told us?
Good, okay?
Yeah.
Yes, they should have told us. Okay, very good. And now I want you to ask me with, do you think?
Do you think they have told you that?
They should have
They should have told you that.
told us.
Us.
Always us, okay?
Okay.
Siempre con us, con nosotros. One more time.
Do you think they should have told us?
Exactly, okay? Do you think they should have told us? Okay? Good, all right? So, siempre el verbo modal, the modal verb, should. Okay?
Okay.
They didn't see us. They didn't see us.
Should they seen us?
Should they, okay, should
they have seen us?
Exactly, okay, now one more time.
Should they have seen us?
Exactly, okay. Should they have seen us, okay? Excellent way to practice the irregular verbs as well,
Yes.
okay? All right, so should they have seen us? Good, now I want you to ask me with, do you think?
Do you think they have seen?
They should
should
have.
have seen us.
Okay, now one more time, it's a question, intonation.
Do you think they have seen us?
They
They should have seen us.
One more
Sorry.
time?
Do you think they should have seen us?
Okay, be careful.
Yeah.
Mama's forgetting the should, okay?
Yes, yes.
No pasa nada because she's going to say one more time for me. Pero voy a decir una vez más.
Okay. Do you think they should have seen us?
Okay. Do you think they should have seen us? Okay, very good. Now, they didn't come with us. They didn't come with us.
Should they have come with us?
Okay, good. Now, is that a question? It's a question, right?
Yes.
Where's the intonation? Esa entonación que necesitamos con las preguntas en inglés.
Should they have come with us?
Exactly. Okay. Now, more naturally.
Should they have come with us?
Fantastic. ¿Habéis visto qué bien? Should they have come with us? Okay. Now with do you think?
Do you think they should have come with us?
Okay.
Now
All right. Now, see, this is what you need. Practice.
I take it.
Okay. Now, the more you practice, the more natural it comes out. Okay. All right.
Okay.
They didn't eat a lot. They didn't eat a lot. Okay. Now be careful here.
They should have eaten a lot.
Okay. So remember, you have to ask me.
Should they have eaten a lot?
Okay, or maybe even we can use more. No comieron mucho. ¿Deberían haber comido más? Okay, so
should they have eaten
more? Okay, one more time.
Should they have eaten more?
Exactly, okay. Should they have eaten more? Okay, now with do you think?
Do you think they should have eaten more?
Okay, all right. They didn't practice with us. They didn't practice with us. Okay, vosotros siempre en casa practicando, ¿vale?
Should they have practiced with us?
Very good. Habéis oído esa T al final. Practiced. Okay, very good. Quiero que lo oigáis una vez más because she did it fantastically. Say it one more time.
Should they have practiced with us?
Beautiful, okay? Should they have practiced with us? Very good. And now using do you think?
Do you think they should have practiced with us?
Okay. What do you think? Do you think they should have practiced with us? Okay, Mamen?
Yes, they should.
Yes, they
should have practiced.
They should have. And if we contract here with should and have, si hacemos la contracción,
they should have.
They should have. Okay? They should have.
They should have practiced with us.
Okay, now can you say the whole thing one more time?
They should have practiced with us.
Exactly. Okay, very good. They didn't write the report. They didn't write the report to us. Okay?
Should they have written the report with us?
To us.
To us, sorry. Should they have written the report with
To
to
us.
us? To us.
One more time, and
Yes.
remember the pronunciation of the. Should they have written the report to us? Aquí, report to, podemos hacer el linking también, que son dos T's juntas.
Should they have written the report to us?
Very good, okay. Yes, they should have. Recordad que tenemos que hacer la contracción. Yes, they should have written the report to us. Okay, now what do you think?
Do you think they should have written the report to us?
Very good, okay. They didn't look at me. They didn't, or we're using us, okay? They didn't look at us.
Should they have looked to us?
Look at.
At
Okay,
us.
recordad que siempre
Sorry.
look
Yes.
va con at. Okay, you always look, mirar a is look at. Okay?
This is true. Should they have looked at us?
Okay, now if you link all the sounds together, should they have looked at us? Okay, it sounds like one word. Should they have looked at us? One more time?
Should they have looked at us?
Okay, now see, careful, you need to say it a little bit more naturally.
Should they have looked at us?
Looked at us.
Looked at us? No.
Looked at us.
Looked at us.
Okay, very good. One more time?
Should they have looked at us?
Very good. Okay, now with do you think? Okay, recordad siempre en casa practicando en voz alta. With do you think?
Do you think they should looked?
They should have.
They should have looked at us.
Okay, and we can contract. Do you think they should have looked at us? Okay, that's all the time we have for today. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Okay. This segment is not easy to teach. Maybe I should change to camera 1. Because normally camera 1 is more benign, más benigno. Camera 1 is nicer. Camera 2 is very hard. It's difficult to teach on camera 2. Besides, Maria is standing behind camera 2, and Maria distracts me. She tries to make me nervous by saying, she does funny things, all right? That's typical in television, by the way. You don't realize, no os dais cuenta, what really happens entre bastidores, behind the scenes in television. Some people wear what they call a pinganillo, an earpiece, and they can hear the people. And the people are telling jokes. And you can hear them telling jokes while you're speaking to the camera. And it's very difficult to maintain your composure, compostura, your composure, to be calm, to concentrate. When they're telling jokes and you can hear the jokes, or when the floor technician is playing a joke on you, te gasta bromas, Maria me gasta bromas. She makes jokes on me to try to unnerve me, de sacarme de mis casillas. Okay, and she can't do it, but she tries. So I prefer to change to camera 1 because she's behind camera 2. She can't move behind camera 1 because there isn't any room. There isn't any room. Y room no significa habitación en este caso. Room tiene un segundo significado más importante que habitación, que es sitio. No tiene sitio. She doesn't have any room. También podemos decir space. She doesn't have any space. Pero space es neutro. Room es relativo. I don't have enough room. All right. And she doesn't have enough room behind camera 1. So, if you don't mind, I would rather change to camera 1. Okay, do you mind? No, you don't mind? Okay, let's change. All right. Now I'm looking at you on camera 1, and Maria, I can see Maria out of the corner of my eye. I can see her out of the corner of my eye. En inglés, en español es por el rabillo del ojo. El rabo pequeño, rabillo. Strange expression. Corner, la esquina. I can see Maria out of the corner of my eye. But with this angle, it's difficult for her to distract me. So I don't have any problems. So I can look at you and I can teach you. All right? And this pen, I'm holding it and I'm moving it towards you. Hacia ti. Towards you. I'm not moving it away from you, towards you, away from you. Take it away, aléjalo de mí. Take it away, move it away from me. Bring it, o tráelo, or move it towards me. The pen is moving towards me and away from you. Now the pen is moving towards you and away from me. Okay. Mucha gente en el mundo habla inglesa quita la S de towards y dice toward. I'm moving the pen toward you. I'm moving the pen away from you. I'm moving it toward you. I'm moving it away from you. Which one do I use? I use both. I use both. All right? It's like in Spanish. Which is correct? Quizá or quizás? Both are used. Which one is more correct? I don't know. You tell me. It's your language, not mine. Which should I use? To say perhaps or maybe? In Spanish, should I say quizá? Quizá, quizá, or quizás, quizás, quizás? You tell me which one's correct. And in the English, the same. Which is more correct? The pen is moving toward you, or the pen is moving towards you? I don't know. I think in the United Kingdom and Ireland, it's always with an S, towards. And in the United States, it's interchangeable. Many people use toward, and maybe some people use towards. So, ante la duda, con la S, o sin la S, da igual. People understand you. And if I speak Spanish, you understand me if I say quizá or quizás. It doesn't really matter, does it? It doesn't matter. Perhaps you use one or the other. Perhaps you have a preference. But in the end, learning a language is not for a purist. Solo los poetas se preocupan de estas cosas. Only the poets approach language for the language itself. Most people, well, normal people use a language as a vehicle for communication, for the accomplishment of other objectives, not linguistic objectives. Other professional objectives, personal objectives, sentimental, emotional objectives. Darling, it's you. You're the only woman in my life. I can't live without you. That's language, okay? But I'm using it to win you, all right? So, towards, hacia. W-A-R-D, T-O, towards, escrito. Word. Interesante ese fragmento de palabra. Word, toward, o con ese, towards. Porque sí significa, o significó en sus orígenes, rumbo a. Backward, sin ese, or backwards. Decimos los dos. Backward es hacia atrás. Forward, sin ese. Siempre es singular. Forward es hacia adelante. Sideward es en sentido lateral. Sideward. Forward. Backward. Toward. Okay, or towards, okay? También para decir hacia finales del siglo pasado. Towards the end of the century. Hacia finales del año. Towards the end of the year. En este caso yo pondría S siempre. Entonces, ante la duda recomiendo la S. Towards. Porque en el sentido figurativo, que hacia finales del siglo XIX, la gente en España se cerraba en sí misma y creaban la generación del 98. Ok. Después la pérdida de Cuba y de Filipinas. Towards the end of the century, towards the end of the 19th century, Spain lost Cuba and the Philippines. And in essence, Spain lost its empire finally, towards the end of the 19th century. And it was an important moment in the psychology of Spain. And it simultaneously basically produced a different type of generation, which is called the generation of 1898. And this phenomenon of a certain group of thinkers, writers, poets, essayists, this began to take shape, tomar forma, to take shape towards the end of the 19th century. Okay? All right. Now, during the dictatorship of Primo de Rivera, towards the end of the dictatorship, a second generation appeared, called the generation of 27, with a more artistic approach and less sociological, and intellectual point of view. And these men and women were basically more artistic, purely artistic, with Lorca, Alessandri, etc. That's towards the end of the third decade of the 20th century. But we'll talk about that another day, or later in our program. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hello, my name's David Wardell, and today we're going to look at 3 irregular verbs: to shut, to sit, and to throw. And before that, I need to present Annette, my pupil. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Are you well?
Yes, I am.
I know you're a little bit nervous about some of these sentences because they're a little bit long, but don't worry about it. If you make a mistake, don't worry.
Okay.
We'll give you time to repeat it until it comes out right. But I'm sure you'll do it very, very well. I'm positive.
I hope
okay,
so.
I'm sure. Okay, now, but before that, we're going to look at 5 words, 5 pieces of vocabulary, and the first word is to bet. To bet. It's an irregular verb, bet, bet, bet. To bet. What does that mean?
Apostar.
Apostar. Muy bien. And in English?
To bet.
To bet, with a very clear T, yeah, a very strong sounding T. To bet. One more time.
To bet.
Very good. And in casa? To bet. Very good. To bet. Very good. The second word is another verb, and it's to feed. This time it's irregular again. To feed, fed, fed. Feed. Now what does feed mean?
Dar de comer.
Good, very good.
Alimentar.
Alimentar, dar de comer. Good. To feed. And can you repeat the word in English?
To feed.
To feed. With a long E sound. Feed. And in casa? Feed. Repeat. Very good. Feed. Very long. Yeah. Okay, the third word is another verb, to fit, and it's irregular. Fit, fit, fit. Fit. And what does that mean, Annette?
Caber.
Caber, exactly. Caber. So, no cabe?
It doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. Very good. In casa. Caber, to fit. To fit. Again, with a very strong T sound. Fit. But this time we have an E, which is very, very short. Fit. Fit. Not feet, but fit. It's como una explosión. Fit. Fit. Do you look?
Fit.
Fit. Muy bien. Muy bien. So, bet, to feed, fit. Muy corto, yeah, to fit. Caber. Okay, the fourth word is to shake. To shake. Another verb. Shake. Okay, and what does that mean?
Agitar.
Agitar. Muy bien. Or? What's this? Temblar.
Temblar.
También, temblar. So it's agitar
Temblar.
or temblar.
Temblar.
Very good. To shake. And the last word is to lie. To lie. Another verb, which is?
Mentir.
Mentir. Very good. And can you say it in English?
To lie.
To lie. To lie. Can you say the last word as well? To shake in English as well? To shake?
Temblar.
Yeah, in English?
To shake.
To shake. Very good. Okay. In casa, to lie, repeat. Muy bien. Okay, let's go back over those 5 words again. So the first one was to bet, to feed, to fit, to shake, and to lie. Okay, so now let's go on to the 3 irregular verbs, which is to shut, to sit, and to throw. To shut means what?
To close.
To close, yeah, and in Spanish?
Cerrar.
Cerrar, exactly. And to sit, what does that mean?
Sentarse.
Very good. And to throw?
Tirar.
Tirar, lanzar, arrojar.
Lanzar.
Cosas. Exactly, lanzar. Very good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to test you with these 3 irregular verbs, but with an expression, a time expression. And this time expression is towards the end of last year. Towards the end of last year, which means hacia finales del año pasado, yeah? Towards the end of last year. Repeat that little phrase for me, can you? Towards the end of last year. Very good. Annette?
Towards the end of last year.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So now I'm going to ask you some questions with towards the end of last year and some of these, well, 3 of these verbs. So, towards the end of last year, did you shut many doors? Di que sí. So, one more, I'll just do it to the audience first of all. Towards the end of last year, did you shut many doors? Dije sí. Yes. Towards the end of last year. Well, before that, Annette.
Towards the end of last year, I shut the doors.
I shut many doors.
I shut many doors.
I shut many doors. Of course, to shut is irregular, so it's shut, shut, shut. So the past, every day I shut. Yesterday I shut, and lately I've shut. So can you repeat it one more time? Towards the end of last year, did you shut many doors?
Yes, towards the end of last year, I shut many doors.
Very good. In casa. Good. Towards the end of last year, I shut many doors. Shut. Shut. Bajando la mandíbula. Shut. Not shoot, but shut. Okay, another one. With the verb to sit this time. Towards the end of last year, did you sit in the shade in casa? Towards the end of last year, did you sit in the shade? Dije sí. Very good, Annette.
Yes, towards the end of last year, I sat in the shade.
Very good. I sat in the shade. Sit, sat, sat. I sat in the shade. Towards the end of last year, I sat in the shade. Okay, let's do another one, shall we? Now with throw. Towards the end of last year, did the supporters throw stones? Now, supporters are what? Supporters of a football team, for example?
Fans.
Exactly, yeah. So, towards the end of last year, did the supporters throw stones? Yes.
Towards the end of last year, the supporters threw stones.
Very good. The supporters threw stones. Throw. Every day I throw. Yesterday I threw. And lately I've thrown. Thrown. But in this case it's threw in past simple. Very good. So, did the supporters, towards the end of last year, did the supporters throw stones? One more time.
Yes. Towards the end of the year.
Last year.
Towards the end of last year, supporters threw stones.
Threw stones. Okay, we'll come back to that one again. Towards the end of last year in casa, did you shut your eyes? Did you shut your eyes? A ver. Very good. Okay. Annette.
Yes, towards the end of last year, I shut my eyes.
You shut your eyes. I shut my eyes. Shut, shut, shut. Okay, these sentences are a bit strange. Towards the end of last year, I shut my eyes. But that doesn't matter. The most important thing is that we are practicing these verbs and this expression towards the end of last year. Okay, let's do another one. Towards the end of last year, did you sit many exams? Now, in this case, sit no significa sentarse, sino hacer. Hacer un examen is to sit an exam. So towards the end of last year, did you sit many exams?
Yes, towards the end of last year, I sat many exams.
Good, I sat many exams. One more time.
Yes, towards the end of the year, I sat many exams.
Okay, towards the end of last year, I sat many exams. Repeat.
Towards the end of last year, I sat many exams.
I sat many exams. Towards the end of last year, I sat many exams. Okay, towards the end of last year, did I throw a book at one of my students? Okay, Annette.
Yes, towards the end of last year, you threw a book against your student.
At your students.
At your students.
Okay, I'm afraid we don't have more time, but thank you very much, Annette, and I'll
You're
see
welcome.
you next time. Goodbye. Thank you.
Okay, one more class. Yes, class 116, which means tomorrow we have another class, 117, which means that we are slowly moving forward and making progress. Forward, sin ese. Yes, we're slowly moving forward and making progress. Progress can be very slow or it can be very fast. It depends on you. I have met many students who have become so enthusiastic about learning English that their progress has changed dramatically and the curve, la curva de aprendizaje, ha subido como la espuma, supersónico, trayectoria para arriba. And that is because of a change in attitude, con tres T's, dos T's al principio y uno en medio, attitude, a change in attitude towards the language, I hope you have a good attitude because it will change you completely. All right. See you tomorrow.